welcome back to my channel. I'm excited about today's video. We are going to be talking about the new e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. So before we jump into this video, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. You can hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time that I upload a video, which will be every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Let's jump right into it. All right, so the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream kind of blew up on the internet just because people were saying that this could be a possible dupe for the very, very popular IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Let's talk about some of the claims here. CC Cream is short for a color corrector. It's not considered exactly a foundation because a lot of times a CC Cream, not only does it color correct, but it offers usually a high amount of SPF as well as some skincare ingredients. Well, the claims on this, it just says, ditch your basic foundation. This color correcting cream is the only product you need to achieve a natural looking complexion, but with full coverage. It's a multitasking dream cream infused with collagen, peptides, niacinamide, and that's known to like plump and hydrate and smooth the appearance of your skin. Also contains SPF 30. So a lot of intense claims. I haven't actually tried the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I wasn't really able to find any shades that really work for me. It looks like they're maybe like a shade or half shade too dark for my skin, which is kind of a bummer. But I did actually write IT Cosmetics on Instagram and they said that they will be eventually expanding their shade range. So hopefully that's true. I believe that this comes in just about 20 shades. I do have the lightest one, which is Fair 120N, so it's neutral beige undertones. So we'll see how this works out. See if I can get this package open here. So it looks like this. It's a soft tube, and then it comes with a pump, which is awesome for travel because sometimes you might not want to travel with the glass bottles just in case TSA breaks them or whatever it may be. And I'm kind of debating on what tool I want to use here. I do have the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush that I was wanting to try. And then I also have my favorite e.l.f. sponge, which is the Camo Concealer Sponge. I think I might start by applying it with the brush and then go over it with the sponge to kind of collect any extra product. So let's go ahead and move you in a little bit. And I don't know exactly how much I'm wanting to use here, so I think I'll just start. I don't know. We'll start with that much. I usually don't do a ton. It's pretty freaking thick, I'll tell you that much. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, that's thick. So yeah, like I said, the nice thing about this is it does have a higher SPF in it, so might be able to eliminate that step. Kind of one last thing you might have to take with you when you're traveling, which is kind of nice. But you do have to look out for, I mean, if you are taking any pictures or anything like that, a lot of times there can be some flashback when it comes to higher SPF in products. So far looking pretty good here. I feel like this is a really good color match. It does, or I'm sure it will, oxidize here. So I'm just kind of going over everything with my little sponge here. It doesn't look like it's clinging on to any dryness or anything that I may have in my face. I did moisturize and prime with the Smashbox Vitamin Glow primer. ahead of this. So just because I wanted some extra moisture. But like I said, this is nice because it does have skincare ingredients in it, so it's not meant to be like drying or anything like that. I'm gonna grab a little mirror here so I can inspect it closer. Okay, so let's see here. That actually looks really, really nice. There's still kind of that like natural glow of the skin coming through. It's like nothing too matte or anything. I do have like a little red spot that's here, but it seems to have corrected a lot of that redness, which is really nice. It looks really, really, really nice on the skin. So I'm going to kind of zoom you in even more here so you can really see how it's looking. So yeah, just like a nice kind of natural glow. But yeah, it doesn't look cakey or anything like that, which is really nice. I'm really impressed with this so far. By the way, I got this at Target. It was $14.99. Since it was kind of a hot commodity, there were already a lot of shades that were sold out, so you might have to look at a lot of different places. I know you can order on elf.com. Sometimes they offer free shipping on there, and you know, if you spend a certain amount, you can get free shipping, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of concealer. I'm going to use the concealer that I have been lately, which is the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer, just to see how they play with each other. Because sometimes, you know, brands will say, oh, you have to use our brand concealer, you know, so on and so forth, but that's not the case. I don't know of anyone who actually does that, but you know, we'll pretend. So yeah, we'll just apply a little bit of this. Since they say the CC cream is a full coverage, you can apply, it's kind of one of those, you know, the less you apply, the less coverage it's going to be. You can amp up the amount that you're doing and really achieve that full coverage look. And of course, if you use a brush over a sponge, a brush tends to give you a fuller coverage, especially if you're using more of a stippling motion rather than the sponge tends to shear out products, which I prefer that most of the time. At least if I'm applying with a brush first, then going over it with a sponge. There are certain areas where the makeup will tend to build up and look maybe a little bit cakey. At least on me, that's typically around my nose area, around my mouth. So it's nice to go over it with that sponge. That way you're not getting any of that cakiness. Okay, let's go ahead and blend this out. So lately I've been applying my concealer, you know, typically just right in the corner and then on the outer edge, just kind of lifting it up. It gives your face a natural lift as opposed to dragging it down too far. It kind of drags your face down. If you're wanting to give yourself a little mini facelift, just kind of change how you're applying your concealer, and that can really help out. Great, I think that looks pretty good. Let me look up close here just to make sure there isn't any disturbance on the base. But yeah, those look like they played quite well together. Look really nice and seamless. Kind of zoom you guys in a little bit, you can see. But yeah, there isn't any cakiness that I see. It just looks really nice and smooth and even. My skin looks really hydrated. It doesn't look dry or anything. Really, really happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back for my final thoughts on this product. So be right back. Okay, and I'm back with the rest of my makeup on. I would say everything I put on my face played really well with this CC cream. I think everything turned out really nice, went on really smoothly. Some of the products I used, I powdered with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Bronzer I used was the L'Oreal Lumi, which is really nice. I kind of messed up the packaging, but this pan is ginormous. And this bronzer is nice in that, of course, it comes in a couple of different shades. This one in particular is for light skin tones. And it actually has a little bit of a sheen to it, which is really nice. You can see there's like a little bit of reflect in there, but when it's on the face, it doesn't look like hunky chunky glitter or anything like that. It's just a really nice bronzer. And for blush, I use my usual Tarte Paarty. And oh, for my eyes, I actually continued on with the elf theme. I used the Pumpkin Pie Bite Size eyeshadow. I used this shade in my crease, and then I deepened it up with this brown shade just kind of on the outer edges there. And then I used the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Flirty Birdy, kind of all over except like the very corner edges. And then I used my Essence Lash Princess, and then on my waterline I used this L'Oreal liner called Eyeliner Signature, just kind of right underneath here. And on my lips, I used the Clinique, like a Clinique Chubby Stick, just kind of in a nude color. So I'll zoom you guys back in here so you can see everything. You can see my pores and all of that jazz. But yeah, you can see that everything just looks really nice and smooth. I just love the formula of this. I feel like it's just really easy to work with. I love that it has the skincare ingredients. I love that it has SPF. I think if you're somebody who is newer to using foundation, or foundation just really isn't your thing, then this is a good way to get introduced into that. I think it would be really good for mature skin just because it does seem to be more hydrating. Now, I don't really know how this is going to hold up throughout the rest of the day, but I can always add a comment down below just to let you know how it was towards the end of today. For the price point, you really cannot go wrong. So I definitely recommend giving this a try. If the IT Cosmetics is something that you've been interested in but didn't really like the price point, this is a good way to do that. And yeah, just let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye!